Hello guys, it's Don't Hug Me I'm Spooked here, and welcome to my top 5 Steven Universe underrated episodes, part 1, if maybe there's a part 2. I will be basing this list solely on episodes that I believe have been overshown by bigger, more plot-wise episodes such as Jailbreak or Ocean Gem. This list will also feature 2 episodes that are famously hated in the fandom. The reason I've included these episodes is because I want to bring justice to them and show that everything about them is not so bad. But without further ado, let's get into the episodes. Starting off this countdown, we have Say Uncle, an episode that many people complain about due to their disliking of Uncle Grandpa. This episode is full of comedy. As shown, it is an April Fool's episode, and is not to be taken in a serious way. You may not like Uncle Grandpa, but this episode has many hilarious scenes, especially with the gems reacting to Uncle Grandpa himself.
Amethyst, have you seen Steven this morning?
Yep. He's hanging out with some weirdo. I think he's trying to vaporize Steven.
I've seen many complaints about this episode, saying that it made even Steven Universe look bad. But in my opinion, this episode is better than some other episodes that come to mind in the history of Steven Universe. Overall, I personally enjoyed this episode as it branches from the serious tone of Steven Universe and brings a laid-back, humorous episode. At number 4 we have Shirt Club, often looked over due to it being focused on Mayor Dewey. Shirt Club helps develop the what seems to be broken relationship of Mayor Dewey and Buck Dewey. The episode focuses on both Steven and Buck's opinions on their fathers. Steven thinks Greg is cool, but Buck doesn't like his father due to the many aspects shown in the episode and other parts of the show. Take for example this scene where Mayor Dewey is trying to be hip and cool.
And other some such merely things like this week I'm commemorating a bench.
Welcome to Bench City, Thrifty.
Dad, you can't use this.
Why not? You know I gotta gank dat youth vote, boy!
Dad, stop.
The episode ends on an emotional scene, with Buck realizing that he should care for his father more, shown by the single tear at the end. Number 3, Rose's Room. This episode is one of the horror episodes in the show. It starts off with you believing that everything Steven is seeing is real, but then it comes off with a giant plot twist. The episode goes from 0 to 100 when you realize all the humans are just glitches. The music is what adds to the spooky tone of the episode, and the fact that Steven has no escape. This episode starts up a really scary tone for a show that was so calm and upbeat outside of episodes such as Cat Fingers and Frybro. This episode takes the cake for being the most creepy this early on in the show. Nobody really talks about this episode as it doesn't really serve much of the plot and is of course one of the early episodes of the show, meaning it's overshadowed by more plot-worthy episodes, notably episodes after Jailbreak. This episode has a very good plot twist, and it stands out from some of the other horror-themed episodes. At number 2, I have chosen Lars and the Cool Kids. The reason why this episode stands out a lot is due to the fact we get development between Lars and Steven. In this episode, Lars views Steven as an annoying kid who always messes stuff up. Steven desperately wants to be friends with Lars and the Cool Kids, which this episode introduces the characters fully. Lars desperately tries to impress Buck, Sour Cream and Jenny, while Steven just tries to have fun with them. The Cool Kids accept Steven into the group instead of Lars, so Lars takes his anger out all on the fact that Steven's mum is the reason this all happened.
All because of your weird mom. What do you know about my mom? I didn't even get to know my mom!
This scene is what makes the episode so good. It portrays Steven's breaking point when Lars insults his mum. Also because of the beauty of this last scene. Finally at number 1, The Test. The Test is one of my favourite episodes of the show, due to its character development from Steven. In this episode, Steven wants to complete a test to prove he is worthy to be in the crystal gems. The gems go along with it and create a challenge room for Steven. Once Steven realises none of the things in the room can hurt him, he is mad. But when he realises that the gems only want to protect him, are confused how to look after him, and are only trying to give him what he wants, Steven goes back and goes along with what the gems have set up for him. This episode shows the charming nature of the show itself, minus the emotional parts, and how the gems care for Steven as best as they can, as they don't want to lose him like they lost Rose. Anyhow, this has been my top 5 list of underrated Steven Universe episodes. If you did enjoy, please like the video, and I will see you guys for whatever top 5 I do next.